Good evening. I trust you are rested after last night? Myself, I could not sleep one wink. Being at sea always leaves me rejuvenated. It was like old times. The general was no true warrior. He barely noticed the blade aimed at his belly. Still, the threat is ended. My mother would be proud of that, at least. She was not formidable, but merely human. I do not often dwell on the past, but I dare not forget it. I am the daughter of the pirate queen of Ulster, and her legacy lives through me. Speaking of which, I must continue my training. I will see you at the meeting. We may. Harrison's death was not your doing. Do not blame yourself. All her choices were the result of selfishness and greed. They caught up with her. That is all. We have spent the morning conversing. She seems quite eager, anxious to prove herself. I have seen her sort before. Recruits like her are the first to throw themselves into danger, and are the first to get themselves killed. I have grown fond of her. I hope that does not happen. Me? What do you want to know? I did not say pirate. I said pirate queen. She had a whole fleet of ships. She ruled the waters of half of the old Irish kingdoms before she was through. Her portrait hangs in the study. She was a formidable woman, but in the end, merely human. Though it has been centuries since she passed, I still remember her every time I swing this blade on my back. I will do my best to answer. Thank you.
Hey there, you're awake. Sounds like you had quite the harbor cruise last night. Most people would pay good money for that. Yep, we survived against all odds, only to do it again today. Welcome to the Unavowed. But seriously, the brass ones on that guy, showing up in the middle of the harbor like he did. Supernatural creatures used to be more skittish. They worked in the shadows. They're getting braver, bolder, flexing their muscles in front of mundanes. And if that goes unchecked, well, we know where that leads, don't we? Not personally, but it is personal. Sorry, I'm not making a whole lot of sense, am I? Many centuries ago, there was a fire mage. His name was Alden. He got bold too. He killed people with his power. Whole villages, armies. Nobody could stop him. He was my great-grandfather. So yeah, I know where this leads, and it's never anywhere nice. Anyway, see you at the meeting. Fire away. Harrison was a nasty piece of work, but honestly, if I was faced with the same fate, I might have done the same thing. I don't judge you for making that call. You tried to avoid bloodshed. It backfired. It happens. Yeah, I guess I can't casually mention an evil fire mage and not expect a follow-up question. Like I said, he's my great-grandfather, or was. He's dead now. He was brought down. It was inevitable, really. Alden got too bold and too powerful. Someone had to do something about it. So the families of his victims got together. They made a deal with the Fae of the Unseelie Court. How they did it, I don't know, but they turned themselves into hunters. It didn't end well for Alden, I'll say that much. They became the Hunters of Alden, infused with unimaginable power. They were dedicated to one purpose and one purpose only: stopping and killing Alden by any means necessary. Alden needed to die. He was insane, no question. And after a long, bloody battle, they did it. Alden was dead. But the hunters weren't done, not by a long shot. They decided all fire mages had to die, and they've been doing it ever since. Yep, when my power manifested, they were drawn to me like a homing beacon. They wanted to kill me. Mandana and Kalash found me just in time. They helped me fake my death, threw the hunters off my trail, and I've been here ever since. So yeah, monsters working out in the open never leads to anything good. People will fight back, one way or another, and innocents have to pay the price every time. Anyway, see you at the next meeting, I guess. Fire away. Surprisingly well. Better than I did back in the day. Of course, I was setting fire to everything I touched, so there was that. Right. See you around.
Sounds like you guys went on a real pirate adventure last night. Saw a sea monster and everything. KK was jealous. I guess watching over Vicky's kid brother didn't have quite the same punch. I was where I needed to be. That's all I want. Anyway, I'm ready when you are. Give a shout when the meeting starts. I can do that. Shame about how Harrison ended up. I suppose in her way, she took some responsibility for what she did. But in the end, it was her choice. We don't need to take responsibility for it. She says it's okay, so go ahead. Yep, pretty much all the time. She can't travel very far from me. Maybe a few 100 feet, half a block at most. So I couldn't shake her even if I wanted to. Not that I would. She's good company. Nah, like I said, KK's good company. See? She just made a farting noise with her mouth. More fun than Sammy's on a Saturday night, let me tell you. Jesus, you say that like it was a good thing. I had no idea who or what I was going home with most nights. I'll tell you this though, since I got sober, company hasn't been much of an issue for me. I just haven't wanted to. I couldn't tell you why that is, any more than I could tell you why I hooked up so many times when I was drinking. So having KK around hasn't cramped my style. At least, not in that way. You got it. Talk later. Now, where were we?
So this place is real. It's all real. You know, when I got up this morning, I thought I dreamt it all. But everything's changed. People are remembering that people died. I heard Vinny crying all night. He doesn't understand. How could he? I want to tell him, but that would be a really bad idea. Anyway, I'm ready to get to work. I can't change what happened to all those people, but if I can stop it from happening to anyone else, I'm ready and raring to go. I'm fine. Just show me the monsters and I'll take them out. The station's a madhouse. All the victims' families are flooding the place, demanding answers. The cops don't know what to say. You'd think I'd feel a bit of, I don't know, vindication or whatever, but I just want to move on. Donnie? He's super pissed. He's not sure what happened, but he knows he was tricked. He's doing his best to make it right. Not that it really can be made right. Right. Catch you later.
I have been reading the reports of your last mission. It has been a long time since I have seen one of the merfolk. To hear they are so changed distresses me greatly. I thank you for that. The past and the present are sometimes difficult to reconcile. The merfolk once lived in harmony with humanity. This is several thousand years ago, of course, but they were peaceful, playful, loyal to their allies. All they asked in return was to live in peace. Now I hear they are fighting for their lives, fighting wars, building armies. I suppose our world is not the only one which has evolved. Regardless, one must not live in the past. If you are ready, we will start the meeting. I agree.
I am glad to see you made it, Detective Santina.
You don't need to call me that. I'm no detective. Not anymore.
My daughter speaks the truth. For a full year, you were on a mission to ferret out the truth at great risk to yourself. Is this correct?
Yeah. Who else was gonna do it?
Then it is settled. You are a detective, one who detects. Speak no more of it.
I might not have the authority of the city of New York anymore, but I still got some tricks up my sleeve.
Indeed. Now on to the matter at hand. The Jinn were great friends of the merfolk once. I remember them quite fondly. I am grateful you let the General live, but not at the expense of Joy Harrison's life.
She took her own life, Father.
Sometimes a nasty perp does you a favor and ices themselves. Saves paperwork and manpower, not to mention lives. What? Pulling that trigger made things better for everyone. I ain't gonna pretend otherwise.
That was harsh, but truly spoken.
Darn right.
You all did good work last night, considering the circumstances. But my question still stands. Why? Why is the demon doing this? What does it have to gain?
We, still don't know.
Have we exhausted every lead? Spoken to every witness? Is there anybody left?
Hey, I'm new here. You show me the ghost, I'll talk to the ghost.
You all know your duty. Report back when you have new information. Meeting adjourned.
Holy shit!
Language. Kid present.
Sorry. So this is how you guys travel? By subway?
It's all we have the budget for most of the time.
Budget constraints. Yeah, I get that. But what about an emergency?
Emergency?
Yeah, like let's say some monster is about to rip the mayor's arm off. You're gonna take the subway?
Don't be foolish.
Yeah, the mayor would just grow a new arm.
Right. Wait, what?
It's a long story.
Never mind. I don't want to know.